What's up, everybody? It's Old Man Winter 8, and today I'm going to take my first steps in the Nidecker Kita Hybrid. So pretty pumped on this boot. I have to say I was extra stoked because I won these from the Bomb Hole for them reading one of my questions during the Billy Anderson interview. So pretty stoked, but actually really excited to get out and try these things. These are a hybrid, so they've got a standard lacing with the boa across the ankle, which in my opinion is the best way to lace up a boot. You get all the customization of the laces, and then you get that heel hold down across your ankle, which is most important. So you can dial in the perfect fit. It's got the H4 coiler on the side, which is a pretty cool system. This boa is actually one where if you happen to hit it on something, it pops loose, so you can snap it back in and you don't have to worry about breaking things. On the inside, this liner, we got the full wrap liner, the gold liner. It is heat moldable, super durable outside on this thing, and extra stiff backstay. This is a little bit stiffer boot, but we're gonna get this thing on and see how she feels in general. Get a foot down in there. Okay, there we go. So right off the bat, I'm noticing there's no internal lacing on this, which is unique. Most boots do have an internal lace to help crank your ankle down inside the boot. This one is just a full wrap around with Velcro to hold it tight at the top, and then obviously standard lacing, so you can customize this. We're gonna go ahead and crank that down. I'm noticing that the fit on this, even though I am a 10.5 and this is a 10.5, I'm noticing that it just feels like there's a little bit extra room in the toe. So I might fit better in a 10. I'm getting a little bit of heel lift, but I'm gonna go ahead and crank this thing down and let that boa do its job. So this boa goes down through the boot and it actually goes through the tongue. So since there's no internal lacing, we're actually pulling that tongue itself and really cranking your heel in, and that made a big difference. So yeah, it's a little bit stiffer than I'm used to, but I'll tell you one thing, with the standard lacing, we can loosen up the top, make it feel a little bit softer. And that's definitely some things that we are gonna do today while we're testing these things out. So excited to get out and get some turns in. I just got done riding on the Kita Hybrids from Nidecker, and pretty impressed with this boot. It's definitely a stiff boot. Like, just having your foot in it, you can feel how sturdy it is, not just around the top of the boot, but all the way around your foot. I definitely would kind of like to try the 10, but I'll have to say the 10.5, cranking down that boa on the side there, it really did hold my heel down. I didn't have any problem with heel lift the entire time I was riding, so it really did hold it in, even though I was in a boot that was a half size bigger than what I think I should be in. But I would say if you have a chance to try the boots on, definitely try on a half size smaller than what you would usually wear. Make sure your toes are touching in the front, not crammed, and that's the way you know that you're getting the right fit. But couldn't hurt to try that half size down, and then if that is a little too tight, then obviously just go up to where you need to be. But plenty of room in the toe box in general for my feet to lay flat. I did get a little bit of the tinglies like you get with just about any high-end boot, where the bottom of your foot starts to fall asleep. That's usually something that's going to happen day one. But I'll tell you right now, by the time I got done riding at the end of the day, they actually felt pretty good. And I did about halfway through. When I first started, I just went full on, cranked them down, laced them up tight. About halfway through, I went in, took a break, kind of I took my feet out to get the feeling back, and then I put my feet back in, and I cranked down the ankle, but at the top, I didn't actually pull the laces tight. I just kind of like wrapped them around and tied them up, and it gave a little bit looser, easier feel. But the cool thing is I still had the heel locked way back into that heel pocket, so I didn't get any of the pain or any of the discomfort. Another thing that I noticed too is these things are very, very cushy underneath your feet. Like it actually feels, you know, not super, super soft, but it does feel soft enough. It doesn't feel like you have a stiff board underneath your foot. And it did actually keep the bottom of my feet pretty comfortable, even though it was getting a little bit of those tingles. But that being said too, I haven't even heat molded these things yet either. So wear-wise on the outside of the boot, it still looks super, super nice. Obviously we've got a good durable outsole. You can see a few marks on the toe of this boot because that was one I was constantly ratcheting in and out. But I have a feeling these are going to be a boot that's going to last a long time. If you'd like to go out and you want to have a boot that's going to not only be super, super quick edge to edge, but you want something that's not going to break down, these seem like a boot that are going to last longer than most other boots just because of the construction on the outside. So, but again, pleasantly surprised. I probably wouldn't ride these things all the time, but if it's a day we're gonna go out and I'm gonna go free riding, I'm gonna go out and try to lay down some carbs, ride some little bit stiffer boards, I would 100% ride these things. But if it was a day where it was kind of like, hey, let's go get some park laps on, I honestly just loosening up the top, it felt really, really good. I probably wouldn't change boots just to go do some freestyle riding.